Hello, friends. Good evening. And it's Dr. Shivaram here once again with another interesting topic. Now, this is concerned with our Sanatana Dharma. You see, here I'm going to talk about an interesting aspect about our Sanatana Dharma. See, today we can see all the political debates everywhere, people talking about left and right, the left of politics, the right of politics. So we know, at least most of us have an idea what is right and what is left. We know that the right means there is more conservatism, okay? There is more order, more focus on building up the system, okay? More so focus on duties, whereas the left means more liberal thought, more freedom, right? More freedom of expression, more focus on the individual, freedom, and that kind of things. More focus on the individual rights, okay? So this is the left in politics. But did you know that in religion too, there is this right and left kind of thing? And that is shown only in Sanatana Dharma. You don't find this anywhere else. And the brilliant thing is, in politics, right and left, you can see all the time fighting, right? Today we can see all over the time both are blaming each other. They never come to any agreement. But in our Sanatana Dharma, this right and left has existed harmoniously, even though they had very fierce debates, and there were times where one was dominating the other, but both have coexisted over the eons. Okay. Now let me tell you what is right and left in Sanatana Dharma. See, in Sanatana Dharma, the right is the Dwaita philosophy. Dwaita philosophy is what is that philosophy? Dwaita philosophy focuses on the eternal Paramatma. There is no focus on the individual. The focus is outside on the Paramatma, and there is a system built around the devotion or the bhakti to the Paramatma. Okay, so you got organizations like ISKCON, etc., etc. Okay, the Dvaitic philosophy, and there is devotion to the Lord. Okay, there are set rituals how you should approach, what you should do, what you should not do. There is a system in place. Okay, and the individual who are in that Dvaitic philosophy, they go only by the set system of rules. They don't violate the rules. There are lots of things that are taboo. Okay, so this is the Dvaitic philosophy or the right of the Sanatana spiritual spectrum, I should say. Okay, so in the spiritual spectrum, the right is the Dvaita philosophy. Okay, and there is more emphasis on building up things like temples and all those things, to build up for the Lord. Okay. There is more emphasis on order, a little bit conservative, I should say. Whereas, now what is the left of the spiritual spectrum in Sanatana Dharma? It is the monism, the Advaitic philosophy. Here, it is even going to the extreme of Aham Brahmasmi. I am the God itself. Okay, complete spiritual freedom. I will do whatever way I want to. I will approach God the way I want to. There are no rituals going to dictate me. I am not going to chant any mantras or do anything like that. I am going to approach it on my own. You can see so many, Advaitic philosophies. They focus because God is inside me. I am God. Some people even say that I am God myself. So then they, have to the inward meditation, that kind of stuff. There's bhakti is there, but it's more, self enquiry mode, jnana yoga rather than bhakti yoga. There's more self inquiry mode, and more emphasis is like, like I will approach it the way I want to. I will interpret the scriptures the way I want to. Whereas in the spiritual right, don't have the freedom to interpret the scriptures as you want to. It is a set pattern. The people and the acharyas who came before you, they have had a set pattern of interpretation, and you have to follow that. You can't bunge. Okay. Whereas in the left, today you can start your own interpretation of the spiritual scriptures. Okay, tomorrow I can write my own interpretation of the Bhagavad Gita, or you can do it, anybody else can do it. Whereas in the right, if you see especially ISKCON, Bhagavad Gita as it is, which means they will only interpret it the way it has been interpreted by their gurus, starting from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all the way through Srila Prabhupada. So it's not that one is wrong or one is right, but this is the tremendous spectrum, the wide spectrum that you see. And you got something like Visishta Advaita that comes towards the center. I would say a little bit of right of center, but not exactly dead center. Okay. And over the centuries, there has been a beautiful coexistence. Okay. But even though, of course, there have been times where Dwaita has dominated, there are times where Advaita has dominated, but there have always been a constant flux, like a pendulum. It has swung from the Dwaita to Advaita, Advaita to Dwaita, like that, all the time. And it's still swinging this way and that way. See, it's never stopping, okay? Because spiritual energy, it's energy, right? Energy never stops. Atoms always moving, right? Except at absolute zero temperature, atoms always moving. This is also like that. The energy, spiritual energy, constantly moving. But there has been tremendous coexistence over the centuries. Okay, scholars are debated even today. You got brilliant literature for the Advaita people. Also got brilliant literature for the Dvaita people also. Okay, tremendous scholarship on both sides, tremendous debates. Both have participated in many debate sessions. One time some both have got merit on their own. Okay, both have got merit on their own, backed up by tremendous literature. Okay, but both have coexisted. There has never been any fight to death or cutting each other's throat or anything like that. See, that is the beauty. Where else do you find like that? See, look at the right and left, as I told you before, right and left in the political spectrum. How much they are fighting like young, like infantile children today. You see, there is no understanding. They are the people on the left today are completely lost their way. They are not the real left. Okay, right to some extent, the right are I would say that, okay, from my observation, the right in the political spectrum to some extent are amenable to reason. The left today is completely gone out of whack. They are in league with some of the big terrorist elements today in the world. So that is there in the political spectrum. But can't you not learn this coexistence of thought from our Sanatana Dharma, which has encompassed these two extreme ends, Dvaita and Advaita, and brilliantly coexisted over the years, brilliantly swinging left and right, brilliantly, coexisting. So many things are there now. So this is the beauty of Sanatana Dharma that I wanted to point out in this uh, video today. Okay, so thank you very much, and I would like to know your feedback about this. Please leave them as comments, and thank you very much. Bharat Mata ki Jai, Vande Matram.